Is this thing on?
Guys, we're reporting live from the Royce Bait and Tackle Studio here in beautiful Corpus Christi. A lot of good things come from Corpus Christi. We have, and I mentioned this the last time we were here. We had Mr. Waylon Miller from Nacho Daddy Spoons. Uh, we have Waterburger, right? We got Selena. We got Royce Bait and Tackle, and most importantly, we got REEL Sportswear. And that is who our guest is tonight. Is Mr. Andrew Foster from REEL Sportswear. How you doing, man? Good?
I'm good, man. What's up? Thanks for having me. I've been watching the show, and I'm honored to be a guest.
So yeah, dude, I'm excited. I've been excited for about 2 weeks already. Right? We've known about 2-3 weeks that
for sure.
that you were coming on, and we've had a pretty good little turnout on the giveaway. I got the giveaway going, guys, but guess what? I forgot to print out all the names. So I want to say we did it just like on the Nacho Daddy show. I did it the day after. So I'll be doing it the day after, but don't worry because we got a couple more other giveaways that are going to happen today. So stay tuned, stay on the show, listen to the show because it's going to be kind of a quiz a little bit. So let's get started. I'm gonna pull up my questions. I was thinking I was gonna have a problem with the questions, but I didn't.
With the feed.
Yeah, with the feed. That's what I was really worried about.
Yeah, we're inside this time, upstairs.
Yeah, we're inside. We're not sweating. We're comfortable. We're not sitting down. We're standing up, but still, it's comfortable, you know.
Yeah, it's cool because we're overlooking the whole shop while we're up here.
Yeah, we're kind of like loss prevention of Roy's Bait and Tackle right now. I can guarantee you nothing's going to happen upstairs that's not supposed to happen.
That's funny.
All right, so let's get started, man. So tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit of background where Mr. Andrew Foster comes from.
So grew up in San Antonio, just west of San Antonio by Medina Lake. Moved to Corpus Christi in 2006 and attended A&M Corpus Christi. Got my marketing degree there. After I graduated, I freelanced, graphic designer and web developer. And then pretty much been doing that ever since. In 2014, actually, my wife and I were going to move. We were going to move to Nashville. And that year in 2014, the year that REEL was born, we decided to give that summer a good shot out here fishing, and because we really hadn't, done it. I grew up on freshwater, so I probably had been 3 or 4 times the entire, length of my stay here through college. And anyway, that summer, we gave it the old college try. We were out there pretty much every weekend, and that's when we got hooked.
Mm-hmm.
And then naturally, not naturally, but I started doing mocking up T-shirts and whatnot for REEL, and then that's when it just kind of came alive. And then here we are.
Right. And 2014, you said?
2014, yes, sir.
Cool, man. So when you just got into Corpus and you're thinking about making this venture into the clothing line, what other clothing lines were out in 2014? That was a little bit ago.
I mean, that was still during the year. The original Columbia shirts were
right,
hot. I really think that part of our success was coming in right when the performance type shirts, the long sleeve polyester shirts.
It was all button up still.
Yeah, it was still button up at that time, and we got in right as that stuff started taking off.
Right, it was all button up or white tees or just anything old your dad had in the closet. You just threw it on, or old coveralls or something, right?
Yeah. Tank tops, sunscreen.
Yeah, that was super important, man. Did you ever think, when you and your wife got a Corpus, did you ever think, man, you know what? I'm gonna jump into because you're a graphic artist, right?
Yeah.
By trade.
Yeah.
what were you what were y'all building at that time? It wasn't just fishing clothing line, right?
Oh no, no. Well, shoot, no. My wife, born and raised here, she's a teacher, has been in the education side of it, and then I was doing stuff for all kinds of companies, and really kind of where I think the t-shirt thing came in was I was doing a lot of stuff with the music industry. I was doing merch, and I was basically doing t-shirts for Randy and Wade and them, and that's kind of where.
Is that why Terry Rivet says and he sings too? Is that where that comes from?
That's my aunt. What's up, Aunt Terry?
Oh, that's your Aunt Terry?
Yeah.
And that's funny because we're going to hear a lot about you, Mr. Foster,
Great.
through the show. When we had Poco Cedillo, which I'm sure he'll be on here shortly, unless he's already on. But we had a segment where he got on a horse and fell off the horse. And supposedly Spool Life Live was going to have the video on the group page, but we've yet to see that. So we might get a video of you singing here, in some choir or something. Mrs. Rivet, Terry Rivet, if you got the
don't do it, Aunt Terry.
if you got any video footage of him singing, then let's get it on the feed here.
You're crazy.
So what were you saying?
Well, no. So I was doing T-shirts for Randy and Wade and some of the other Texas country guys, and enjoyed that. That's partly why we were going to move to Nashville. I was trying to get more into that scene, closer to those people, and then anyway, I just fell in love with the fishing. The REEL Sportswear kind of came about just because I was looking at the market, and I was thinking, man, I think I could do it cooler than other people,
Right.
There's beer involved. You're just sitting there talking and thinking of all the ideas and the cool stuff that you can do, and I just started doing it, and it grew from there.
Mm-hmm. And now it's REEL Sportswear.
Yep, REEL Sportswear.
So when we say REEL Sportswear, what is that? How did that originate?
Well, I mean, we were coming up with names, so we had shirts, and it was a buddy of mine from college. Him and I started it, and anyway, we had shirt designs. We kind of played around with some stuff, had an idea, and we were trying to come up with a name. And I don't know, I guess it was my marketing background. I'd always admired the brands like Standard Oil and I'm trying to think of another one off the top of my head. But essentially, it was so like, I don't want to use the word generic, but I loved how simple it was.
Yeah.
Like Standard Oil, this is exactly
Simple and to
what
the
it
point.
is.
Yeah.
And we went, I mean, I can't even remember all the names that we had come up with. None of them were good. And REEL Sportswear is what stuck.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as we heard it, it was like, yeah, okay. And then, excuse me. And then, you're trying to make a logo. And I promise you, I worked 20-something hours trying to figure it out. Because when it's that close to you, it's, like your baby.
Right.
Nothing's perfect.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
And so I kept going. And the logo that you see today was one of the last ones I did, and I had all but just kind of given up for the day, and flipped the E around and noticed that it was a fishing reel, and that's when it kind of took off. And so I don't know if most people know that. It's hard to see it on the
I was
thing.
hoping we'd have a decal that we could show. Do we have one in the box?
Yeah. All right. So it's still a little hard to see, but if you cover up the R, it's a fishing reel.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that a lot of our fans and customers don't know. It's been cool to go to like the Houston Fishing Show and some of those things, and I'm talking to people that have been customers for years, and then I tell them about it, and they're kind of blown away. So
it'd be cool to have I see everybody's doing those animated logos.
Yeah.
To have it spelled out real, and then for it to move around, and then for the L to start.
Spin.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Hey, if y'all are just tuning in, we are live at the Roy's Bait and Tackle Studio. If y'all are local, come into the shop. we have Andrew Foster from REEL. We have all the line of clothing. We here we're gonna get into the types of clothing he has a little later on the show. But if you are local, cruise in, give us a shout, meet Mr. Andrew Foster, and meet the rest of the Royce gang.
Yeah.
They're all out here today. If y'all got questions for Mr. Andrew Foster, shoot them in the comments. The comments are looking good. You know, the last show they weren't too good. I had to be going back and forth on my phone. But now I didn't print out the questions, so I still got to do the same thing. But all right, so why clothing, man? That's my next question. And all these questions are going to be kind of intertwined a bit. But why you wanted REEL, you're a graphics designer. You told your wife, you know what, let's move to Corpus. Why clothing? Not necessarily fishing gear, right? But, why apparel, I guess you could call it.
I don't know, man. Honestly, just to be as transparent as possible, I think it was just because I was already doing t-shirts.
Right.
And it just came natural. I don't know if there was a specific reason why. Even to this day, I think sometimes like, wow, because I've had to learn all this stuff hard way. But hey,
it's a risk. You know?
Yeah. But it's good. Like I'm stoked and I enjoy doing it. I mean, I think the best part of this job is creating the clothes and coming up with the designs. Yeah.
It's definitely a risk, man. I know when I've done some caps, and of course it's nowhere near the magnitude of REEL, but when I do caps or when I do shirts, I'll throw a post out there, hey, guess what, I got some caps, right? And
Yeah.
what the people don't know is you have boxes and boxes of this stuff, especially if you do shirts. You got 15 boxes of large and 30 boxes of extra large, and you're trying to sell this stuff, and you're like, man, it's selling, but I still got 30 boxes left to
It's a
go
lot
through,
harder than it seems. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you get into the clothing stuff, the clothing side of fishing, I'm assuming the lure side is the same thing, with all the in-depth colors you get.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you want pink and you want brown and you want dark colors and you want light colors and stuff. But when you get into clothing, you got to get all the different sizes, and most of the sizes aren't going to sell. And maybe next week they will sell, but this week they didn't sell, so you got to hold on to everything. But you have to. It's almost like a science to where, like, what to post when, right? I'm sure you've already grasped it all to where.
I don't know.
Right?
Well, I can answer your question more specifically. At the beginning of all this, it wasn't about like really to create the business. We didn't get into it for the money. We honestly did it because we wanted to fish more and not have to have our regular jobs. You know what I mean? And ironically, now that I'm doing this and have been doing it so long, I'm always working on this instead of fishing. But I know that eventually it'll trade out.
Yeah.
But that's what, to answer your question, I don't think there was a specific reason why I did clothing other than the fact that I knew like I could do that easier than having to learn how to pour lures.
Right.
And create the molds and do all that good stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just something up my alley.
Who, when you got into it, was there anybody that like showed you the ropes or anything, or you said, you know what, I'm just gonna do it, and we're gonna jump in it and just see how far we get?
No, man. Honestly, over the years, I've learned from people. Jay Watkins has taught me a lot. I've learned some from Jimmy at Waterloo, Billy at Forever Last, Danny Wentz with Pure Fishing. I picked his brain about things. So over the years, I kind of put puzzle pieces together. And by no means do I have a full puzzle yet, but I've just been kind of running by the seat of my pants.
Right.
It's like learning how to walk all over again, but having two left feet.
You just go the same direction.
Yeah, especially when you
As long as you're going right, man. Just keep going in the right direction, right?
Yeah. Hey, it's a challenge, but it's fun. You know? I'm that, like, I guess I'm built that way. I like the challenge.
You're built different.
Yeah, I just like I like the challenge.
Yeah.
It's a lot of hard work, and some days, don't get me wrong, I wish that I didn't have to do some things. But yeah.
And you say that that you like the challenge and you're built different. Built or building is one of the main characteristics of REEL Sportswear.
Yeah, right. Well, that's how I describe our story. I just did that video. And it was right before the fishing show. I struggled to tell it. I say that in the video too. I struggled to tell that story because we have the same story as a lot of people where you come up with nothing. You start with $1,000 and an idea and you're building, and literally we did that. But I didn't want to be like everybody else. I don't know. I didn't want it to fall on deaf ears because it's the same kind of story that everybody else tells. So I never told it. Put it simply. And
since 2014.
Yeah, we had stuff out there, but it wasn't like, hey, this is our story and this is who we are. And honestly, I wanted the product to sell itself. I didn't want people to buy it because it was me. I wanted people to buy it because the shirt looks cool,
right?
Or it fits great or feels good.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Because there's really nothing saying who Andrew Foster is, right? Or who the team is. I say team, not saying the content guys or the ambassador guys, but I say like the team, like yourself, Mrs. Foster, who brought REEL to where it is. I feel that it was the content team, the ambassadors that push your product, but no one really ever knows who the guy behind REEL is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I guess it's good, right? That's not a bad thing.
I kind of wanted it to be that way because I always thought, I don't know, I guess I was I went to the gas station one morning. I rolled out of bed, went to the gas station, and I remember I was still in my pajamas, and there's this guy next to me wearing a REEL Sportswear shirt and a cap. And I walked in, and I immediately thought, oh no, I know this person. I hadn't even brushed my teeth. You know what I mean? And anyway, stood right next to him. He bought his stuff, looked at me, and walked out. And I thought, wow. I said, that's cool. He don't know who I am.
Yeah.
And then I started thinking, how many times have you been somewhere and walked past the person that started Patagonia or Sage? I'm looking around for brands, but you know what I mean. Like seriously. Anyway, that's where it was. Now I'm trying to tell the story because I think it's kind of needed at this point. I've had a few people ask me if we were from Florida, and they thought we were a brand out of Florida, and I don't know. I've had some different questions, and I thought, nope. Now it's time. I need to probably say who we are. We're not just some empty corporate company,
right?
You know what I mean?
And even better, y'all are from Corpus.
Yeah,
Corpus
we're right
Christi.
here. Actually, right down the street from Roy's.
Right.
Is the warehouse anyway.
Nino, Mr. Brian Richter is in the house. Nino is in the house.
Nino.
Jennifer McNaughton is in the house. Thank y'all for tuning in, guys. We might be getting a lot of feedback. We're, like I said earlier, we're live here at Roy's Bait and Tackle. Spooled Life live at the Roy's Bait and Tackle studio.
Upstairs, yeah.
Upstairs, up here, where all the clothing is at, the shoes are at. And we're it's 4:30. They close at 6. Come in, say hi. Let's talk fish and let's talk REEL Sportswear. We got all the line here.
Yeah.
Come in and pick up some good stuff. So let's continue a little.
Well, so to answer your question, right before the fishing show, I figured it out. It was so I built our booth that we use at these shows by hand, and not so much because I was trying to show off or anything. It was just because when you don't have the funds to buy certain things, when you want it to look like it, you know, you have no choice but to do it.
And that's on the video as well.
Yeah. Oh, making one of the racks, yeah, for sure. And anyway, so yeah, that's when it all kind of snapped. And I was like, I told my wife, I was like, actually, I was building the roof that I made for the fishing show this year. And I just finished it, and I was looking at it. I was like, this is what it is. This is what I did, you know. I'm building stuff. That's what I do.
I remember years ago, and hopefully you remember, but it was a show here in Corpus. It was called the Big Frank's.
Yeah.
Big Frank's Outdoor Expo. Was that your first one?
Mm-hmm.
That was, what year was that?
Had to been around 2014 or 15.
Right around there.
Got through one of those clips in there.
Oh, you did?
From that, yeah, it's right towards the end. There's 2 clips. I'm with Alan White and then Captain Stephen Mock, I think, in Lamb. And yeah, we're in front of our, that was our original.
I wish I could have seen your booth, because now when you go to the Houston fishing show and you roll up to a REEL Sportswear booth, it's not just your typical booth anymore where you're standing behind a, not that there's nothing wrong with that, right? But you're not standing behind a table, you know, or there's thought into the booth, you know.
Yeah, we're just trying to make a retail, like a shopping experience,
right?
You know,
and it's pretty massive, right? It's big. It's the size of 4 booths, right?
Yeah, it's a 20 by 20
or something like that.
Yeah, and each year we've gone from 10 by 20, 10 by 30, 20 by 20.
It's getting bigger and bigger.
I don't think I want to go any bigger now.
Right.
Yeah, it's a lot to set up everything and bring the inventory, but it's fun, you know. And I enjoy the, like I said in the video, you know, you step back and you look at it, and that's something I'm proud of. You know?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. We may not ever be as big as some of these other brands in here, but if we aren't, I'm cool with it.
Right. I think you already are, Mr. Foster. I think y'all are doing it good. It's a well-known brand. You have some well-known anglers that back you as well, you know. So,
oh yeah.
I mean, it speaks for itself, you know. Talking about that, saying hi to all the guys. Christopher Bush is in the house. Jimmy Wynn is in. Luis Hernandez is in. Kevin Wills has a question. We finally got the first question. I think I'm going to look into that. Curious about the early days. Did it start by taking apart performance shirts in your closet and getting patterns and progress from there? Love the products too.
Thanks, man. No, I mean, I'll just be honest. I mean, I don't have a background in fashion, like I don't in textiles, so I didn't know what I was doing. Now, my grandma sewed a whole lot. I wish I would have paid attention, you know, all these years later.
Right.
I'm like, dang. But no, now, yes, it's more of a, you know, now I get it. I have to make these tech packs and measure everything, cut stuff out, make patterns. And I definitely look at other people's stuff, of course. But in the early days, no, we were buying blank shirts and putting our logos on them, pretty much. So
that being said, how do you compete with the other brands? Because there's tons.
That's a tough
you know,
question.
there's it's a question that I was going to bring up later in the show, but I mean, we've already pretty much just jumped right into it. It's almost its own pandemic of clothing, fishing clothing line, and everybody wants to be a part of something. You know what I mean? Which is okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
But y'all have created a path to where it's almost, and not talking bad about all the other fishing companies, right? And I'm trying not to say it in a bad way, but you almost have to create a path of like a business fishing performance attire, and like I guess you would call it a comical attire, to where, because my style, and you have to accommodate for everybody's style too, right? But my style, I like the plain, basic, simple, right? Like this black REEL Sportswear. Some people will like a fish on it. like I'm seeing some of the ones over here from Africa. They'll see like the fish on it, or a red fish, or a tarpon wrapping around their side and stuff. You know, how do you compete, or do you see, man, dude, they put out a tarpon shirt, you know, what maybe I should do a tarpon one, or you know what I mean?
There's a lot of opinions. I don't know. I just try to carve our own path. You know what I mean? Like from the beginning, I've had this whole thing. We're on performance shirts, and we did it in the beginning. We put, I think we had a "Don't Tread on Me" and a "Come and Take It," and those were very popular shirts. And but I always wanted to get into the patterns, like on the performance side. Some of our hoodies and stuff, I wanted it to be very clean and timeless, and it's hard to do when you add what I call novelty designs on there, because you don't know how those are going to be taken, you know, like you don't know how they're going to come across. Some of them hit and some of them bomb, and I've had some that bomb, like t-shirts and things that bomb. And you know, there's a place for all of it, honestly, man. I think
What do you do with all of them?
With what?
They don't sell?
Oh, we end up putting them on discount.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you've
They'll
get rid
sell
of them eventually. But yeah, and it's weird how stuff goes. I mean, you'll have something one year that bombs because of the color, and then the next year that's what everybody wants,
Right.
and you're like, well, this is all we got left, you know. But you know, I was saying that there's a place for all of it. There's so many people, and everyone's got their own style and individual, you know, kind of attitude and what they want to convey, and there's a lot of room. Honestly, there's a lot. It's crowded. Yes, there's a lot of brands, but there's something for everybody, you know.
Yeah.
And I know for REEL, speaking on our behalf of our brand, I try to do that. Try to be something for everybody, and that's why I don't you know, put a lot of graphics on the performance shirts anyway.
And there's thought behind your shirts. You know, I spoke to you a couple of weeks back, and we were talking about prices and stuff. When you don't just, okay, I want to, you just don't go to a graphic design place and say, guess what, here's my logo, put it on this shirt, we're going to make millions off of it, right? You go and you say, okay, you know what,
I wish.
you know, the shirts get here, and they're, man, this material isn't just what I'm looking for, you know. I don't like it, right? I don't like it, so I'm not gonna let the real fans wear it. You know what I mean? There's a science behind what y'all are trying to do.
Oh, sure.
Right?
Like these shirts, the button downs, and the shorts. I think I went through 6 different rounds of sample.
Oh, really?
You know, and probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 different rounds of fabric, where they'd send me different fabric, and you're looking at a swatch that's, you know, big, trying to figure out what it's going to feel like on your body before you pull the trigger to make the sample. But yeah, I mean, it's just like, and look, it took me 6 times, most likely because I'm a novice. But you know, I'm learning. It's somewhere to start, and honestly, after each one that's taken that long, I've been proud of it. You know, when it comes out, I mean, these are great shirts. They feel good. The shorts are dynamite.
Right.
I mean, and the sales prove it. You know. So.
And we got the shorts here, right?
Oh yeah.
Got the shorts here. Roy's Baby Tackle
last week.
We got the whole line here.
Yeah.
We got the leggings here.
Oh yeah.
The leggings are brand new, ladies. And guys too, right?
I mean, I guess you could wear it.
Yeah. Whatever y'all identify as, you know, we REEL's got you covered.
It's like, even when you're looking at these, there's a lot of different leggings out there, but feel the weight of the fabric, and it's just quality, you know. Anyway, strides.
Yeah. And these are just out.
Yeah, these are brand new. We just launched. Excuse me. We just launched them last week.
Last week, the leggings are in REEL Sportswear. Go check them out on the website.
Now find them here at Roy's.
Go check them out here at Roy's Baby Tackle, guys. Local. Y'all are local.
Yeah, we're local. For sure.
That's one thing I wanted to do on the show was I really don't know where everybody's at. You know, I might do a separate post to find out exactly, kind of like a roll call deal on where everybody's located at. But 'cause I know not everybody's from Corpus. I know I'm looking at Drew Turner right now, Houston area.
Yeah.
You know, Reynaldo Vela is from the Rivera, Texas area. You know,
Noel's out in San Angelo.
right? So we got a little bit of everywhere, man. So we're gonna stop right here. We're at 31 minutes, and we're gonna stop and do our segment that we like to call Koozie Talk. And on the Koozie today is Royce Bait and Tackle, guys. I've mentioned it about 30 times already. To cruise into Royce Bait and Tackle, we got everything you need. We don't just got Reel, right? If you want to try something else, there's tons of brands here, but I guarantee you'll end up cruising back down to REEL Sportswear. You know, lightweight. What other details with it? It's lightweight. It's
moisture wicking,
Moisture
UPF 50. Look, the thing is that all these other brands are from up north, most of them anyway, and so we're down here making stuff for Texans in this hot weather. So I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta keep cool, man.
face
In this hot weather, you don't want to wear something. What gets me is waking up in the morning with the humidity and putting a performance shirt that is long sleeve, and you instantly start sweating. You know what I mean? And now you're hot all day long. Okay, you ain't gonna get burned up, but you're gonna be severely dehydrated with all the sweat that you're just pumping out. You know, so I like a nice, soft, comfortable performance shirt that I could wear all day long, keeps me cool, and REEL Sportswear has got me covered, guys. So Royce Bait and Tackle, that's our Koozie Talk for the day.
Yeah.
Let's continue on with the show, but you mentioned SPF.
UPF.
UPF. So your shirts aren't SPF.
So, this UPF is ultraviolet protection factor. SPF is was it sun protection factor. SPF's for sunscreen, and UPF is pertaining to clothing.
Oh, okay.
SPF does basically rates the UVB. I don't know, you can get technical. I got an article on ReelSportswear.com called "What Does UPF Mean Anyway?" Go read that up. Go read that for further detail. But essentially, UPF is a lab tested rating to see how much radiation will penetrate through the fabric.
Yeah.
And so you have different ratings, 15 through 50. Doesn't go over 50. At 50, at the 50 rating, 98% of all UV radiation is blocked for the most part.
And so, that's a thicker. The higher the number, the thicker the fabric.
Not necessarily. There's there's all kinds of different reasons. I mean, everything you wear technically has some UV protection.
Right.
But yeah, it's like fabric composition, the color. I mean, you name it. It's not so much related to the thickness of the fabric, though. No.
Mm-hmm.
It's how tightly the fibers are woven.
Okay. And you're 50.
Yeah, everything that we have is 50.
Oh, wow. Okay, so
or the highest we can get anyway. Yeah.
Cool, man.
All of our shirts are.
So you're definitely not going to get burned up wearing your stuff, right?
No, yeah, you'll be protected for sure.
So the next question is coming in, and it's setting the standard or trend-setting brand. You know, you come up with REEL Sportswear, right? And and especially at the fishing shows, or especially here at Royce Bait and Tackle, you come in and we have everything. From offshore attire, to inshore attire, from fish on it to no fish on it. It's almost when you created REEL Sportswear, what direction did you want to take as far as setting the standard in apparel, or were you like, okay, well, Columbia's got these button-up shirts, and the performance shirts is coming up. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna put up a REEL Sportswear shirt, or you like, man, I'm just gonna blow Columbia out of the water. I want to create some stuff that nobody's got. You know what I mean?
My goal is to be a trendsetter. I think anybody that's doing it wants to be at the front. It's a lot harder than it seems. And then you're going up against huge corporations that have budgets for R&D and everything else. And anyway. It's hard to be up there in the front. I try my best, and at the end of the day, what I'm mainly focused on is setting my own path with the design and the lifestyle of it,
right?
The patterns, until I can get to a phase where I can do more. You come across things though, you see stuff, and then you have opportunities to jump on things, and I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Somebody set the trend. It might have been you.
I thought this is our new Henley. I hadn't seen any of these until this year. We launched ours right before I got mine in. There's another brand that has something similar, like they're doing like a
really?
Henley type, but I hadn't seen it, and this was, I thought was, so I guess to answer your question about trying to be a trendsetter, this is an attempt.
Right.
But like I said, it's hard to do.
Well,
be first to market and everything.
When I say setting the trend, when you walk in here, we're right here, right above the staircase, so we're seeing everybody come up. 90% of the people are wearing fishing gear, but they're not just off the water, right? They're probably not even going to the water today, right? It's almost that's what I mean when I say setting the trend to where, okay, well, I gotta go to HEB, I'm gonna throw on a REEL Sportswear.
Oh yeah.
Or guess what? I'm going to Nico's, or I'm going to the Texas Republic, right? Or Republic of Texas, or I'm gonna put on a REEL Sportswear.
So when we started, I did just because of lack of resources and knowledge. Most of it was like the brand was more performance based, like to go fishing. Yes, people wore the long sleeve performance shirts out to dinner and whatnot. Now that we progressed, like I'm trying to, because I've been there, like I've been in that realm now for I don't know how many years, and now I'm trying to like merge them with the lifestyle side of it and then the performance. So like the Henley that I showed here, is the idea is that it's comfortable and cool. So just like you like wearing this right now, I don't know if you wear that to dinner with the hood,
right?
But you put on the Henley, it's got a nicer collar.
Yeah.
Or put on one of these button downs. You can wear them for both applications. Same with our shorts, that's why they look so clean, so that way you can wear them to church, right? And then you can just go
on
right
and
to
off
the water.
the water.
Yeah, exactly.
Put in the boat up. There's a bar there.
Dual purpose.
Cruise in. Yeah. Yeah,
At least
man.
that's the concept.
Yeah, that definitely is a trend-setting. What do you call it? Application, right?
Yeah.
Because some will only do, like some of the shorts are fishing shorts, right? They got tons of pockets. It's not just cargo pockets. They got plier pockets. They got stringer loops. They got all kinds of stuff, right? But you're gonna wear probably a wading belt, on it if you're wade fishing. So why, right? My biggest thing, I hardly ever wear shorts. I'm a kayak fisherman, right? So if I'm on the water, my legs are gonna get burned up,
Right.
man. And I know a couple guys, Chris Castro being one of them, and Poco Cedillo being another one. And if you see their legs, not that I was looking at their legs or anything, but golly, man, them dudes are burned up, man. So I wear pants, right? They're lightweight, they're breathable, they dry quick, and I hardly get wet. If I am getting wet, it's getting into the kayak from the launch, right?
Yeah.
Hardly ever flip. if I'm flipping, it's coming in from offshore or something, which I hardly do.
Better knock on wood.
Right, that's true. I'm going Sunday, and I'm probably just gonna practice flipping, or that's what we're gonna call it at least. You know, if we get footage of it.
Yeah, but pants definitely. That's something we're working on. I see Drew and them will probably do. I talked about it on their podcast. Shoot, was that last year? And I've got they're not leggings, but they're fishing pants.
Okay.
And they're cool. Like, they're unique. I'm excited. I just gotta.
It's not like anything else out.
No, not that I've seen.
Man, I'm excited.
I mean, I'm sure somewhere. I'm just saying that because it seems like every time I think I have a good idea that's genuine and
like in heaven
straight
somewhere.
up, then it's like, then Nino's sending me a text with a picture of exactly what it is.
Oh, really?
I'm going, dang it. No, I'm just kidding.
There's people out there, man, that's all they're doing, dude. It's just,
dude, it's hard.
Just checking it out. Oh, what's Andrew gonna come up with next? You know, we gotta compete.
Even the come and take it. Brandon, I'm friends with Brandon. This is way back, probably 2015, 16. He had a come and take it with a topwater. I had a corky on mine, and there was debate about whether one of us copied the other, and it was like, no. I mean, we were both just genuine ideas, and then it's like, dang, I didn't even know he existed at the time. And anyway,
Brandon is
sea level.
Sea level.
Yeah, but that's just how, like, stuff like that happens. Like, you have an idea and you think it's unique and genuine, and then somebody else is doing the same thing.
Right.
And they weren't exact by any means, but
well, you see a lot of the stuff, man. You see, like we said earlier, you see a redfish coming out. Okay, well, this one's jumping out of the water.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to copy the guy, so you know, I'm gonna put this one underwater, you know, or something similar, you know.
Yeah.
Guys, if I'm skipping y'all's question, it's not intentional. Mr. Foster will go back through after the show and answer all your questions as we go. I am seeing most of them, and if I do see it, I can 100% guarantee that we'll get it answered for you. Elvira Garcia Fusile from Louisiana asks, are the shirts easily personalized, such as monogramming?
So the button downs, yes. The performance, if you're going to try to embroider on them, I mean, it can be done. But I think it'd be better to do a screen print. Other than that, then yeah, it's easy though.
That's from Louisiana, man. That's awesome. That's a long way. Mr. Bart Karen is in the house.
Yo,
Christopher Bush says that's his favorite shirt, the gray one. Bobby Trigo is in here. Oscar, he likes wearing pants. I like that. That's my go-to, man, is wearing pants. Will REEL ever come out with visors?
Oh, the dreaded visor question. Yes.
You don't have visors right now? Oh, wow.
I mean, I've done them in the past, and then it's like everybody wants visors, and you get them, and then they don't move.
Right.
And so, I didn't do visors for a while. And anyway, but I've got them. I'm just finishing up the 2022 catalog of all of our, potentially new things. So I'm going to say yes that they're coming, but it'll all depend on what retailers want to do,
right?
How much attraction I have towards those before I buy them. So
you say the catalog stuff. I spoke to you a couple days ago, and there's a lot that goes in to REEL Sportswear behind the scenes. Us as the shoppers, we come in and we see REEL Sportswear on the rack, and we're like, oh, cool. Watkins wears this stuff. Okay. We cruise along the shop, but behind the scenes, you got photo shoots.
Oh, yeah.
We spoke about it the other day. You were doing a photo shoot. You had catalogs. There's a lot of.
Oh man.
You open a box, just getting a package from REEL. You open a box to the greeting card. I think that's a big deal, right? Because most of the companies, they won't send you nothing. They'll send you a decal or something, or You know, you don't get a greeting card. You know, all that is it's almost like and this is gonna sound weird me saying it, but it's it's almost like it's a huge production.
Oh.
You know,
Mhm.
and it's not, right? Because
I mean,
it's
no,
just
it's
you
just me. So
and your wife, right?
yeah, yeah. I mean, Sarah's definitely there for moral support.
Right. She picks the colors.
Yeah. No, I definitely bounce a lot of ideas. She has a lot of. She's the backbone. I mean, because there's a lot that and there's a lot of weekends that she's had to sacrifice.
Right. And the brand new
Because
baby.
you know, yeah. Oh yeah, we got a 9-month-old
Right.
at home. She's
Yeah.
keeping us busy.
No sleep. Have y'all started getting sleep a little bit?
Actually, man, we've been very lucky.
Oh,
Like,
really?
Month 1,
She's a
she
good
was
baby.
sleeping through the night. Yeah, but I mean, she keeps us busy during the day. So between all of it, and
That's good,
yeah.
man.
But yeah, I mean, it's a lot. You know, I think that's why people thought we were from Florida or we were some big company, and that's why I felt like I needed to put that story out, like. Because I didn't want people to overlook me thinking that it was. I want people to be proud that I can do that. You know,
Right.
It's not about like look at what I can do. It's more of like, dude, and anybody can do it. You know, you just gotta put the work in.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a lot of work.
Shit, it's a lot.
What's
But it's
next
cool.
for REEL Sportswear?
I mean,
Before we get into that,
yeah.
let's show some of the stuff that's behind us. We've already showed the leggings. We already showed the Henley, you called
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah,
The Henley.
Conroe Henley.
This isn't just for the male angler. We have female stuff.
So this is one of our best-selling shirts. It's the aft hoodie Drew was talking about in the comments earlier. UPF 50 rated, lightweight, soft. I mean, it's comfortable, right? They don't fit tight. We've kind of like got a good little mix between having enough room to where it kind of flows, which gives you that cooler feeling, and then you know, but obviously it's not baggy like a trash bag.
Right.
And then of course the hood is a huge feature. Some people still are weary about the hood, but I can tell you that if you spend a full day out on the water in the blistering sun,
Yeah.
if you got the hood on, you're gonna feel way better
Yeah.
when you get back. You know, versus the Henley. And the Henley's a solid performance shirt for those that don't like the hoodies. Like if you're going to fish, you know, this is meant to be more of like I mean, you can fish in it, but it's also meant to be worn
Right.
outside.
And you have the face shields as well.
Oh yeah.
If you don't want to have the hood,
Yeah.
you want that extra face protection.
We call them bandits.
Bandits.
Yeah, you know why?
What? Does he look like a bandit with
the
it
old
on?
Western bandits, yeah. Like, you know, they used to pull up the dust masks.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I'm about to pull your microphone.
No, you're good. You're okay.
Yeah, but that's where the idea came. Solar bandits, because they're
That's
like
a-
the
yeah.
old Western cowboys.
Because everybody will call it buffs, right?
Yeah.
Everybody calls it buffs, face shields. No one's calling it the bandit.
Well,
I
yeah.
like that.
Well, I didn't want to, yeah, because Buff is a brand.
Yeah, right.
So I don't think you could even do it.
Oh, you
legally,
can't even
so-
take the name.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, wow.
That's why most of them call them Gators.
Oh, yeah, Gators is
Yeah.
another one.
Yeah. This is a new addition this year as well. Our button downs. They got 2 hidden zipper pockets, one on each side, and then a third bigger terminal pocket up top that you can, you know, store different worms and whatnot when you're fishing. It's got the vented back. It's a little heavier than some shirts, but I went to like the fabric. When I say heavier, I don't want people to think that it's going to be like super hot and heavy. It just really, I'm talking about the quality of the fabric, and you know, it's the difference between it feeling like a trash bag or a, you know, you felt those shirts that are like so thin,
Yeah,
nylon.
you get beat up all day. If you're on a
Yeah.
boat going somewhere, you're going to get beat up just by your shirt.
And anyway, when you touch our shirts, and you'll know what I'm talking about. It's just higher quality.
Mm-hmm.
And we got them 3 colors. And then of course we talked about the leggings earlier. I don't know if they can hear me when I step away. Got 2 colors in the leggings. We went solid colors for the women, so it would match more of our shirt designs. But the reviews I've heard so far from the ladies that got them have been outstanding. So
Really?
yeah, if
Yeah,
you're into
those are good just for. I mean, I wouldn't know, right? But if I were to take a wild guess, right?
do you wear women's
If
leggings?
I were just to take a wild guess, those would be good just for every day, like everything else. Every day for the gym,
Yeah.
right? For the gym,
Oh, yeah,
for
for
HEB.
sure. And they got
Eckerd's.
pockets on both sides.
They got to go to Eckerd's in them. Right?
Eckerd's. Do they have Eckerd's?
I don't think so. I think it's CVS.
And then these are two of our best sellers for women. This one's just back in stock. We sold out of that real quick when we first launched them earlier this year. And then the Aaron shirt has been a staple. Solid. Again, UPF 50, lightweight, soft, comfortable, and normal fitting. We went through a phase in 19 where we got some shirts that were kind of smaller, like they ran a little smaller. We fixed that with this, and anyway, they're much more forgiving with regard to size.
Yeah. So y'all have something for the guy anglers out there and the female anglers. I see the REELSportswear.com tag coming in quite a bit. If you are local, guys, Roy's Bait and Tackle has them here. They have the leggings too as well, right?
Yeah, Roy's has everything. In fact, they even have some of they've got some of the shirts, I think, on the clearance rack.
Okay.
From a previous year, but they've got a bunch of they've got everything.
Okay.
There's not anything that they don't carry. So.
Right. Yeah, they got it all, guys. When you walk into Roy's, and I've already said it about 1,000 times, but they got everything here y'all need if y'all are local. And if y'all aren't local, we have here in Corpus, we got a Selena statue. So if y'all are visiting the Selena statue, come in to Roy's. It's something that you will not forget. It's a piece of history.
Oh man.
Here in Corpus Christi.
And if you've never been here, the shop is really cool.
Yeah.
So you'll dig it.
Right. How about we give something away?
Let's do it.
And then we'll get into the last question because we're doing good on time, man. We're already 53 minutes. You know?
It goes by fast.
So, what was one of the packages that you wanted to do?
All right, so we got a cap, a bandit. I mean, we can split them into two or do one. I don't know, whatever you want to do. Then we got a bunch of swag. I guess that's how you say it. Stickers, some visors for your truck, and bracelets. We got all kinds of stuff. However you want to do it, man.
So we're gonna do a visor, bracelets, decals.
Yeah, and I got other colors too. Whatever.
Okay. A decal and a bandit and a cap, if I haven't said it yet. The first person to tell me what year REEL Sportswear started in the comments, Mrs. Foster, you are not allowed to answer. First person to put the year that REEL Sportswear started on the comments will win this package right here. Guys, we got a cap, REEL Sportswear cap, some decals, a bandit,
Patiently waiting.
and a visor. Let's move on.
I think it's funny, because we'll sit here and we'll both.
2014, Mr. Wills. Kevin Wills is the winner.
All right.
Kevin's the man. 2025, Terry Wibbett. 2014. Everybody's coming in now. Kevin Wills, you're the winner, man.
Dang. That was like a flood.
Right, it's just, the internet kicked in. But nonetheless, Mr. Wills.
We'll do another. Well, yeah, you got another question or something? How you want to do these?
Man, I didn't even write. Do you remember which one it was? Think of something. Let's do another one.
If somebody can tell me.
So this one's for Kevin. Congrats, Kevin.
What did I'm trying to think of like a. I mean, this is probably not.
I got one. Let's get a package. Let's get one ready. I got one.
Got it.
All right, so this one is going to be a cap. It's going to be a gator. It's It's going to be some bracelets. It's going to have 2 REEL Sportswear decals, another decal, and windshield.
Yeah, visors
Cover,
go up in your truck.
Visor. What was the show called when I mentioned if REEL Sportswear was there at the show? It was in 2014.
Probably 15, really.
2014, 2015, around there. It was a show that was in Corpus Christi, and I asked Mr. Foster if he attended the show, and it was one of the first shows. Big Frank's David Didon is the winner.
Dang.
And David Didon, you're a good dude, man. You're the winner. He's the winner. Prime Gancho, also go check them out. Good dude, good people, out of the Houston area, right?
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, he's a
Houston
great
area.
dude. He's got some killer designs for sure. I dig everything that he's got.
So what's next, man? What's next for REEL Sportswear?
Man, just gonna keep plugging along. I mean, it's a hard question to answer. I've got big dreams, like anybody would. But at the end of the day, it's going to boil down to how many products I sell, and
Right.
I mean, I would love, like, if we're talking dreaming, so nobody get real excited because we're a ways off.
It's not going to happen tomorrow.
But yeah, I mean, I'd love to get into jackets and jeans and shoes, and I'm working on some footwear stuff. But yeah, I've got lots of. I mean, there's things that I look around, like companies that I would love to be like, and anyway, there's a lot of products out there that I'd love to do. So,
Oscar says mentions iCast.
not yet, man.
That's happening in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Next week or the week after, around there.
It's a great show. I don't know if we're gonna be at MBS later this year, which is like a smaller iCast, and it's not just so much the fishing thing, but
Where's that at?
Dallas.
Dallas.
Yeah, so it's a big buyer show. I mean, eventually, we'll probably be at iCast, but I don't think it's a good place to start anyway. It's expensive.
When you say it's a buyer show, is that it for everybody? Everybody can go to that show?
No. So like, you have these shows where you go and you. So I made that catalog. So I'll have catalogs and samples of everything, and buyers from stores like Roy's would be there.
Oh, okay.
And they come through and they look and they, then that's how you get into these stores. iCast is pretty much a buyer show as well.
Right.
And,
Okay.
And really, they do that iCast so they can show off,
Right.
on all their stuff, So.
Christopher Bliss says make a big badass winter wading jacket.
Hell yeah.
That's coming. I can't wait to see something like that.
So I brought this again. Don't get excited.
Hey guys, and also do not share this. Right.
It doesn't know.
This is
on
super.
the internet.
This is super private.
No, it ain't. This is like here's an example of a wading jacket that I've been working on. I'll just throw it on. Anyway, I don't know if y'all have seen me out at any of the shows here last year, so when it's been raining, I've been wearing it, but anyway, it's solid.
Yeah, that's good.
It's lightweight. Like.
What does it do? Pockets. It's got waterproof pockets. Everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole kit and caboodle. Blocks the wind, rain.
It's ready for bathing. Ready
Yeah,
for
and it's
somewhere.
like-
Get lost in bathing somewhere.
And it's lightweight, man. I mean, that's the thing is. That's all. We'll just stay there.
Yeah, we're not going to give too much, but you've seen it first here on the Spooled Life Live.
I brought this too. This is something I'm working on for possibly later this fall.
A wading belt.
Just a belt. Like, yeah. But
It's going to have a REEL logo on somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, our viewers can't see it too well, but. And it's made of this tough nylon material.
Yeah.
So you can get it wet. The buckle is plastic, which I know some of y'all will think, oh, that's crazy. But it doesn't rust.
Yeah.
And it's heavy duty enough to
Oh, I like it.
to withstand, but it's Anyway, something I'm working on.
Yeah. And all this stuff, you could. I'm still stuck on the on and off the water whole
Yeah.
thing. You know what I mean? Where you could use it. You could use it whether you're lost somewhere in Baffin or you're lost somewhere at HEB. You know what I mean? Whichever the one you want to get lost at, REEL Sportswear got you covered.
Hell yeah. Trying to think, man. Here. Here's another little
Oh, those are gloves.
goodie. Yeah.
Man, oh, this is exactly what I need.
Yeah, try that guy out. Anyway, UPF 50 gloves, fishing gloves, lightweight. UPF 50, did I already say that?
You know, there was a question I was going to ask earlier. If you would have said SPF, that the clothing was SPF, and I can almost guarantee that some stuff is SPF. I don't know, right?
No, it's.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, I think
Am I
I'm
wrong?
It's.
No,
I'm like, yeah, you are.
hey, this is
I know.
why we have the pros
Yeah,
on the show, you know.
When you're talking clothing, it's UPF.
Okay.
SPF is just pertaining to sunscreen.
Okay. Because I was going to
it's just
say,
two
man,
different tests.
how would they? You have to reapply SPF,
Right.
If it's 50, you apply it after 50 minutes, or if it's 30, apply it after 30 minutes. But if a shirt is SPF, how the hell do you reapply?
So it's measuring different UV rays. UVB is SPF, and UVA is actually, the UPF rating. The lab test that they do covers both UVA and UVB. But in essence, you're talking about a piece of fabric that's, hold something up to the sun and see how much sun comes through. That's essentially the test. You know,
Right.
you can't really do that with sunscreen. You put it on and it absorbs and then washes off. And that's why you have to reapply. And there's, and that stuff's come a long way. I don't remember exactly when the dates were, but way back when, most of the fabrics that claimed to have UPF rating protection, it was like an application that they used to spray on the fabric, and then after so many washes, it would all be gone. But anyway, we've progressed past that now, and there's just different fabrics. Like hemp is a popular one now that people in bamboo, just because of the properties.
Right. I've seen something like that.
Naturally the fibers, are already abrasive to wear and tear and sun, that kind of stuff. So
Captain Gunnar Hernandez says Barreras chicken. And for those who don't know who Barreras chicken is, that's one of the best places that you will find gizzards at. If you like gizzards, Barreras fried chicken, gravy on top, and that's the best place. Man, I have to just stop what I'm doing to explain what it is. It's a bed of French fries with gizzards on the French fries with gravy, smothered in gravy. Best thing. Maybe we might get them on the show one of these days. And if y'all remember, one of the first shows we did, we had a bunch of jalapeno poppers out in the front, and I've just gotten too busy to keep that up. I need to do it again. I guarantee you we'll have some gizzards. Christopher Bush's got to go. Andrew and me and the guys of the Speckled Truth. The Speckled Truth is a hell of a show, guys. Once y'all are finished with this show, go check out the Speckled Truth. He's got some heavy hitters and a super knowledgeable show. You've been part of the show too, right?
No.
A couple of times, no?
No, but I'm way behind. Like I'm stand behind those guys 1,000%.
Good dudes.
Yeah, I love that. I love their mission. I love that they're teaching people about fishing the correct way.
And he's part of the Houston area too, right? Mr. Bush?
Oh.
Or is he in Louisiana?
Yeah.
I think he's in Louisiana.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not too
To
sure.
be honest, I don't remember. Elvira, yes, you're right. And we have that article. If you go to our ReelSportswear.com, go to our blog section. I believe it's under the brand tab. There's that article there that says, what is UPF rating anyway? Or for anybody else listening, there's a whole write-up there, goes through, got the charts and everything, about the UPF rating and what it all means and what to look for when you're shopping. So
Right.
when you're cruising through Roy's.
Oscar states, any chance of making pants with the same material used as the shirts?
I don't think you'd want me to do that because I don't know, how do I say this correctly? Just show a lot.
Oh, it'd be see-through.
Well, no, but I mean, like, it's,
If you're going up against the wind or something?
yeah, it's just gonna outline everything. Let's put it that way.
I got you.
But no, there's other fabrics. I didn't bring them, but I've got a cool. Just wait, we'll see.
It's coming.
It's cool. Yeah, you'll like them. They're
All right,
comfortable
man.
too.
Last question. If you do have a question up, throw it out there, and we'll get Mr. Foster. Mr. David, the winner, is throwing a bunch of corn signs up. You know, I don't know whether to take that as a threat or, you know, take it as a compliment. But the last question I got for you, and I tell everybody that comes out, whether it be from Poco Cedillo to Chris Castro, Waylon Miller, Complete Health, and your number 5. That's a lucky number. Lucky number 5. What I tell them is, if you could give one piece of advice to the upcoming anglers that want to be a part of something, that are trying that are in the tournament scene, you know, they're in the media scene, they're in all kinds of scenes, every scene you could think of, and they want to be part of a good company like yourselves, like your company, what piece of advice can you give them just to get them going in the right direction? Because I get comments all the time, man. I got people sliding into my DMs, you know, asking, man, how can I do what you're doing, man? And I tell them straight up, right, what my opinion on it is. What's your opinion on that?
I'd say, in short, to work your ass off. You know, as a brand like REEL Sportswear, we're not huge. We don't have huge multi-million-dollar budgets. So when we go and when somebody's asking to be a part of our team, you know, what we're looking at is, I mean, I guess let me back up. In essence, you have to think about it kind of like buying an ad in a magazine. You know, I hate that it's so brash, but essentially, we're looking at it on reach and what that reach is going to do, and you kind of have to think about it that way when you're reaching out. What's the value that you're bringing? You know, and we look at everything. I mean, it's not just about the follower count, so don't get hung up there. We want to see like how much you're posting, the consistency, the frequency, like how often, what kind of post you're making, how you're like how you hold yourself in a public setting, you know, because you're basically representing the brand. All of my pro staff guys, I'm very lucky to have. They're busy, and you know, they're essentially the face. You know, I'm in the back. I mean, we talked about it earlier. Nobody knows or nobody knew who was behind it doing everything.
I guarantee you have at least over 100 follow requests on your Facebook now.
Oh, for what?
Just because they know who Andrew Foster is now.
But yeah, I mean, it's you know, I'm busy doing this stuff. Those guys are out representing me, so you know, you want to make sure that when you're making that connection, it's a partnership. You know, like, and honestly, like I said, if you're starting out, you got 150 followers or whatever, don't get discouraged. Just focus on the quality of content that you're posting, the frequency that you're posting. That's what I mean. If somebody were to reach out to me and they were posting consistently, eventually that number is going to grow because they're doing that anyway. And we're looking at it as, hey, you're coming in at the beginning. It's like we're going to work together and grow it together. And that's kind of how that works. You know what I mean? I can't speak for every brand because everybody does stuff differently.
Right.
All the programs are different. But for myself and for REEL Sportswear, the ones that just looking for a handout, like
Right.
I can smell it a mile away. I can promise you. And so that's what that's what I would say. Just work hard, and it'll come.
Right. It'll just happen.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we notice. I know some of my peers and myself. We look around. I mean, we're always watching. And we're looking for that person that can help us. And that's the thing. Like in every aspect, somebody's reaching a different audience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
Somebody's watching.
somebody that I'm looking for to help push REEL Sportswear to my customers may not be the same person that say Patagonia because they're right there. But you know what I mean? Like they have a different market than me.
Right.
And I think that would relate to every segment of the industry, whether it's fishing, hard tackle, or whatever, whoever you're looking for. I mean, if you're putting in the work, that's what we want. Somebody that can. And the other thing is we don't want to micromanage, or at least I don't.
Right.
I got too much on my plate, so you make an agreement and you stick to it.
Yeah, you don't want somebody over there being drunk on media or somebody like that. If you're representing the brand,
Right.
you need to be a professional about it. And Noel Guerrero pretty much says it. Just be real. Be real.
Yeah. And he's right. Genuine. Authenticity. I mean, authenticity wins all.
A long time ago, when I first got started doing all this stuff, Bill Bragman with Yak Gear was talking to me about jumping up to the next levels and stuff. And what he told me was just be yourself.
Yeah.
Don't. I mean, like this show, guys. This is as raw. I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, once we're ready to end it, I have to pull the plug from the outlet to turn the computer off. You know what I mean? I don't. I'll just. All right. Man,
Yeah, man. I hope that answers.
Yeah,
that
you said
helps.
it. You said it as perfect as we could get. But no, I think Noel Guerrero, man. If we had another package, Noel Guerrero, I'd send you one.
This guy right here, he's one of our originals.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So he's got it already. So we don't need to send him. Maybe we'll send him a School Life Live decal or something.
I'll get him set up.
Right?
Maybe the towel.
Yeah, that's good. Just be real, right?
Yeah, man.
There was one more question, and that's going to be the last of the questions. What is your favorite collection
My favorite collection.
that you designed?
To date, I always dug the Pursuit. Well, I'm gonna say when that was popular, the Pursuit. I don't really have many of those left anyway. That was a one that I liked at the time, but now I really genuinely think it's the aft for fishing. Like I'm weird. I got a closet. I mean, as you can imagine, I have almost one of everything since 2014. But yeah, it's weird how like some things I'll wear and other things I won't. Like, but for certain occasions, you know what I mean? Like the aft hoodies, all the hoodies I only wear when we're fishing. But I like that pattern a lot. And then the Henley I've been wearing a lot, like all the time, just because it's comfortable and you can kick it open,
Right.
I put Anyway, I put on the description of the product that you can kick it open and let your chest hairs fly.
Right.
But
yeah, that wouldn't work for me.
I would think that's my favorite collection. There's some cool stuff coming, man.
Stay tuned.
I wish I could show y'all.
Well, we'll be waiting, man.
Yeah.
Poco Cedillo is in the house finally. Welcome in, man.
Thanks, Poco.
We're at 1 hour and 15 minutes. That went by fast, man. But it's time.
Time flies when you're having fun.
It's
man.
time to throw in the towel. If for the new people just joining in, there's a couple names that are popping up that I don't recognize. Y'all are more than welcome to join the group. Hit that join button, hit the invite button. We're trying to grow this show podcast. Right? I talked to me. That's not really a podcast. It's a show.
That's,
Call it a show, right? Yeah, Oprah calls hers a show. We'll call mine a show too.
It's a show.
Right? Hit that invite button. Invite as many people as possible. We got some of the biggest companies, the biggest names coming in, and some of the biggest giveaways coming in as well. But for now, it's time to throw in the towel. And like in good old spooled live fashion, we got the spooled towel going to my man Andrew Foster.
Thank you very
That's
much.
yours.
For,
This is like a huge accomplishment. This is like getting an Oscar for actors, but in the fishing world. You got the spooled live towel.
heck yeah, man.
Hey,
No,
thank y'all. You got anything else?
Genuine, like sincerely, thank you for having me on, man. It's a pleasure to talk to you guys, and an honor, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Man. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yes, sir.
Thank you to the for my man Mr. Foster. Also a shout out to the REEL Sportswear team.
Oh yeah.
All y'all what y'all do is huge for real. Come into Roy's Bait and Tackle. They have everything you need. They also have the whole line of REEL Sportswear. And we will catch you all later. Stay tuned. I might take a couple weeks off. I'm going to the river. I might do a live on the river, floating in my tube somewhere. If I don't fall out, you already jinxed me falling off of something, so I might fall off of that. I might take a couple weeks off. Look for the next flyer coming up, and that's going to be our next show, which is in a couple weeks, here live at the Roy's Bait and Tackle Studio.
Yeah, and come to Roy's. Check
We'll
out the REEL Sportswear stuff.
Hell yeah. Laters. Poco, great show coming from Kevin. If I missed y'all's question, stay tuned. Myself or Mr. Foster will come out. The guys that won, shoot me y'all's address, and we'll get those packages to y'all. The giveaway will be tomorrow. You got one more day. I forgot the list. Let me see that package real quick there. Can you reach it?
Oh yeah.
All right, this is the giveaway,
6 foot arms,
guys.
man.
We got caps. We got lures. This is the giveaway coming out of Roy's Bait and Tackle right here. We got caps. We got lures. K-Wiggler. Reaction Strike. H&H. Unfair. Trout Eye. All right, got some decals. We got some caps. Stay tuned for that. That's going to happen tomorrow. You still got one more day. If y'all didn't enter, go look for the giveaway post. It's simple. Invite some people, tag 2 diehards, and keep your fingers crossed. We'll see y'all later. Y'all take care, and we'll see y'all on the next show.